All right, guys. Put my headphones on. Let's see if we are live. Let me share this with the peeps on X. Yo, what up? Can you hear me? It's been a minute since I did a live, so I'm still trying to get accustomed to it since I'm going to be doing one tomorrow. So I just thought I'd just do a test run with you guys tonight. Just let everybody know. My mic sound low? All right, let me turn this up. How about now? How does that sound? Does that sound better? Or is it still low? What's going on? Just trying to make sure everything sounds good. Cause we got K9 tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gonna be doing a live AMA with them. See some people coming into the chat. I know this is what some people have been requesting as far as going live. Um, Today I was able to free up some time because actually the K9 I wanted to do the K9 AMA today, but Buzz was he already had prior commitments, so we weren't able to do it today. So I had already freed up the time, so I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and just go live, and that way we could just do a dry run for tomorrow. Just looking at the charts here, guys, it's Shiba Inu is crushing it. And the crazy thing about SHIB right now, guys, like we haven't seen volume like this in a while. I want to say it's like over 1 billion for today. Go to it. Yeah, like 1.9 billion, almost $2 billion, and it's actually down 6.7% in the last 24 hours when it comes to volume. So things are looking pretty good, especially for the overall crypto market. One thing that I do want to see though, when it comes to Bitcoin, I do want to see a little bit more consolidation in the 60s. If we could stay between 60, 62, 63, 64 and just consolidate there a little bit more, then have that breakout, then I think it's just going to be just a straight pop going straight to 100. If this thing will pop up. I don't know why anytime I start recording, it starts to slow down on my end as far as loading. Bone is pumping, gotta love it. How soon is K9 going to be up and running completely? I saw in their light paper they were projecting Q3. So we could see it Q3. Initially, I thought it was gonna be like Q2, but after someone told me go take a look at their white paper, they mentioned Q3, which would put us right in a good spot because it's still within the timeline of where I was looking for Bone to be at, which was headed to really Q4, then Q1 of 2025. Hello, Lewis. Bone and K9, yes, $100 bone. 100%, guys. Like when I'm telling you, I got conviction for that $100 bone price because I've seen it happen too many times, especially in the crypto market. As far as like assets that's a that's the gas token on any chain. All we really need. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see Bone at 77 cents. Sheesh. When before I started like setting everything up, I saw Bone was roughly around like 72. Goodness, this thing is. I don't know what's going on with my system. Everything is taking so long just to load. Like on one end, let me see. This thing is tripping. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. I don't know if I have to run a long cord just to try to get this thing to connect. Okay, there it is. It might just be Coin Market Cap. Let's do the 15 minutes. Sheesh. I am definitely like what I'm seeing. I got 3K in Bone. I'm starting to feel like that's not even enough, but I have grown my portfolio since 2023, and now I'm bullish on Dog Elon. Now the thing is, I actually just bought some Doge Elon. Let's say like 2 days ago. I bought some Doge Elon. I also bought some Floki. As far as just in the, because normally when Shiba Inu pumps or a Doge pump, those are gonna pump as well. And I'm even thinking about getting some baby Doge as well too. Nothing crazy, just putting a few bucks. Because the thing is, any project that's been around, from this past bear market, if they're still around and you're seeing their social still popping up, like slapping a few bucks into it, in my opinion, not the worst idea. Bet Money said, "Is the interview today?" No, it is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Initially, it was supposed to be today, but Buzz had some prior engagement, so I thought today I'll just do a little dry run just to be able to get back into the feel of it. It said no baby Elon. Baby Elon. Let me see. Is it on? Is this one on Pancake Swap or on the BNB chain? Let's see. Are they still building? Because believe it or not, like seeing a chart like this, especially if they're still building, I wouldn't mind slapping just a few bucks into it. But this just came out, so I'm always worried about like new projects that comes out. Um, I typically don't like jumping into new projects until like alt season because then new projects they could literally go 0 to 100 in a matter of days. So right now, since the we're still coming upon, a full blown bull market, I tend to try to focus on projects that's already been around because they are going to be the known names. When people see it, they'll start to gravitate to it. Oh, look at Floki, #1. Well, let's go, Floki. Sheesh. And I just bought this too, guys. I roughly bought it like somewhere over here. Already double. I didn't put too much into it, but still a nice little pump on it. See, I thought rain. So Willie said rain from. Let me get that pulled up. I thought rain was gonna come to Shibarium, and for me, just buy if it's not on an exchange like MEXC. I don't like buying on Ethereum, guys, because the gas fees on that joint it's on my horrible. And this is one that I was stalking. I was like, my whole plan was because I remember it. They were mentioning fun and possibly coming onto Shibarium. And had they came onto Shibarium, I definitely would have just loaded the bag on them because this is something that I like the project, but like seeing it on Ethereum network and paying the gas, like I can't stomach paying gas on Ethereum. Even Pandora's starting to pump too, which is the sheesh ERC 404 26,000. And this is what I wanted to see for us when it comes to the ERC 404. Let me get that pulled up. About time Bitcoin is now pulling up. Let me just do a duplicate. Bob, what's up, man? Mystic says Shiba Punks. I love Shiba Punks. Now they are what I call builders, especially for Shibarium. This is what I wanted to. Oh, we're finally on there. Never mind. Well, let's go. All right, so Shiboshis. I think Shiboshis could easily be a 10K as far as the floor price. Because what people are going to start being attracted to is the volume. And when exchange starts seeing volume, they're gonna gravitate to it, and we're gonna start seeing kind of like similar listings that Pandora have. For some reason, I'm starting to think KuCoin don't really like us that much because for the fact that they still haven't listed Bone, it's just still mind-boggling to me. Bob said he need Sheep to hit 0.4056 to break even. I think it would. I think it definitely will eventually do that. Yeah. So if you look at Pandora, like just where it's being listed at so far is at 21, 21 different pairs. So if you take a look as far as Bone, how many pairs we have, we're somewhere, right around like 40. So it's about to catch up to us. So we definitely need to see more listings. Yeah, 41. Um, so we definitely need to see more listings because if we get anywhere the number of listings like how Shiba Inu, and this is Shiba right here, which I think have like well over 100. Yeah, like 400 because this is 100 a page, so 400 different pairs, and I think it's probably even more than that. Um, then of course Bone could easily just be trading above $100 um, at an easy pace. Like you've been talking to the team, and we are hoping to get rain on Shibarium. Yes, I definitely would love to see rain on Shibarium. Random guy said, "You picked a good day for the dry run." I sh- I sure did, cause I would love to see like Bitcoin just start ripping right now. But we could always look at Sheeb. What other projects are you guys into as far as like invested into? Bob asks, what has to happen for Shiboshis to moon? I just think it. I just think the people who got the free, airdrops, or not really airdrop, but the people who claim they're free Shiboshis, they're probably just selling because a lot of time, anytime you see like rewards or free, um, there's gonna be initial sales. Because if you remember when ARB came out, that was a free airdrop. I think the initial, as far as where it started trading from, was roughly around like $10. And when it was all said and done, it got all the way down to $1. So anytime something is free, and this is why I like with the whole treat narrative, and I'm so glad that Bone is no longer going to be like the reward token, because all the pricing as far as you seeing Bone like getting beaten down, because as soon as people get their reward, they're gonna cash out, go to use that money to swap to get to another asset. So now we could actually see Bone really fulfill what we all think, that it's gonna do, especially after the liquidity event. And that's the biggest thing too, guys. Like, because most chains, let's go to DeFi Llama. Right now, $1.9 million as far as that's for the TVL for Shibarium. And we just had a new chain, layer 2, just pop up. I think it's called Blaze. Let's see if I could. Oh, Blast. I'm sorry. Blast. And today, they get more sales. Um, Today, at one point in time, they were at over 1 billion as far as in, or 2 billion in TVL. But people started, I guess, exiting out of the chain. I don't know why, but if we're able to generate this much capital and half of it, or even let's say 40% of this, to be somehow or another like a bone pair for Shibarium, then that's going to be a lot of bone that's locked away. So, and I know exchanges, they love to see like high TVLs. So if they do see high TVLs, maybe, and again, I really don't know what some of these exchanges are thinking, but maybe that would be a trigger for them to be able to get Bone onto more listings as well. Bob said he got X Fund, RNDR. Let me take a look at that. RNDR. Bone is up 11% on the day. This is nice. While I wait on RNDR to pull up, I'm just going to answer another question. Did you touch on the automatic burns? I did look at it. It don't look like it's live. I mean, you could play around with it, but as far as like it's doing an actual transaction, and maybe I'm wrong, um, but it didn't look like it was live. But that's super exciting that they put it up as far as on the website. But I definitely want to hear more about the if because they did mention burning bone as well too, but that was like back in December, but they never touched back on it. So hopefully that's still a thing. just pull it up on here because RNDR. TokenFi, Vault, Energy Token, Nova Core. How is Vault doing? It's been a minute, and I did say I wanted to. Dang, this is. Let me do. Oh, this is approaching all-time highs. This is supply's not bad. What do they do? What sector are they in? For some reason, car market cap is tripping for me. That's not bad. I like the max supply and circulating supply. I love a coin or a token that's circulating supply or max supply is under a billion. If it's under a billion, trading less than $10, preferably like trading less than a under $1. Like I like those type of plays because they could have huge upside potentials. Take a look at TokenFi. This looks pretty good though. For me, for this, I definitely would have to wait for a pullback. Like I can't stomach just buying on green candles. So if you already had a position on this, then you are doing pretty good because it's approaching all-time highs. Let's see what TokenFi is. Oh, there it is right here. 4 billion supply. Dang, that's nice too. Like these charts, these charts are looking very, very nice, especially if you guys were able to get in on these like during these dips, and now you're just waiting for a breakout. Hopefully, you guys saw the video that I made as far as about breakout, because once this breaks out, you're looking, at the minimum, at least 10 cents as far as from here. Um, And the reason why I don't like buying it at a breakout level is due to the fact, like, if it doesn't break out, then I'm essentially just be buying at the top. So, but TokenFi, not knowing much about it, I definitely like how the chart looks. I appreciate that, PD. Let's get the likes up. Buy Shibarium Ryoshi now. I love Ryoshi. That was one of the first tokens that I bought on Shibarium, and I was doing it as a test. It's tweeted live now. DBI is the best token ever. What is DBI? Don't buy Inu. Is that the one? Is this the one? Jay said, love the vids. Thanks, bud. Not a problem, Jay. Man, I appreciate you guys' love. I'll sell my Pepsi, sells Taco Bell. No, I'll sell when Pepsi sells Taco Bell. Hey, random, are you doing TA for crypto in the live session? Can you do one on Satoshi VM, ticker SAVM. Let's take a look at SAVM. Do a quick little TA on this. All right. TA on it looks solid. As far as for entry for me, it always just goes back to like support resistance. I get my line chart and I'll just look. Oops, I'll just look at different entry points. Because you could scale into it, like have a position right here, a small entry, especially if it's going on the way down. And also I would probably put another bullet point right here. And last but not least, like I wouldn't do like anytime that I'm purchasing any asset, I don't like to do just one shot, one kill. I'm gonna do like maybe 3-4 bullets as far as like entry points. So if I was gonna put $1,000 into it, I'll just divide it, up by 3 and just buy air, buy it here, buy it here. On the way up, I wouldn't be touching it. I would only touch it on pullbacks. Because guys, can't tell you how many times I've been wrecked as far as chasing green candles. And this is why like I'm so hard on people when they say, hey, I'm buying it. I'm like, nah. Like I think over the years I become, it's still hard at times, like as far as like seeing an asset going up. And it's like, man, I should have been in it. But for me, like I try to be as disciplined as possible and just have the mindset, if I miss it, I miss it. I gotta catch up on some of these comments. All right. Big Toss said, "Is it me or does random RA sound like the cat that be rapping in the Burger King commercial? Thanks for your effort." I'm gonna pull it up. Well, I don't want to get. I'm gonna pull it up after the live and see what you're talking about. Also for a couple, Shibarium token, Walk, S Punk Bull, Chewy, Skull. Man, I love Walk. Especially with the team. Like the team at Walk, they are busting their tails. And I like the whole narrative too of going against Satoshi, of making leash exclusive versus inclusive versus exclusive. But right now, because we started talking about Walk when it was at 10 zeros, like literally on day one. So whoever watched the video and got in, currently up what, 10x on this, and it's right out of breakout area. So if this could hold right here and we see a little bit of consolidation, then I believe this could actually go to 0.801 at least, because it is going to be a breakout, and breakout theory is at least 100% from the breakout spot. So what else you guys got for me? S Punk. Now I messed up on S Punk. Like I bought the NFT on day one, like when they were minting it, but I did not buy the token. Because on day one, I had the opportunity to buy it at 0.70. Currently, right now, it's at 0.50. So I like it. I ended up buying like at a much higher price. I think I bought it like right around here. Yeah, right around here. Like I waited for a dip. Like I let it go all this, and I was just like mad. I'm like, yo, how I make a video about about this? Didn't buy it. Just only bought the NFT, and everybody else just banked off of it. But I'm glad I didn't FOMO. Just waited for a better entry point, and now I'm currently up on it. So hopefully we test all-time highs and continue to break as well too. Someone else said mention Bull. Now I don't own Bull, but that's also on Shibarium. Because for a while, what I was doing, like any project that launches on Shibarium, put like 50, $100 into it, due to the fact that the market cap of it is stupidly low. So this is holding pretty well. What else you guys have? Matt asks, have you heard anything about Unode's release? I have not. I really wish like the team over there is a little bit more active. Hopefully, as stuff start get released, they start being a little bit more active because I'm still holding all of my fund bag. I haven't sold anything. Middle Journey says, "I cannot believe I am late to this live chat. We're just getting started, so you're good." Infinity said, "Love your bone content. Keep me motivated." Man, that's what we're here for. Like, I really wish during the last bear market, had someone to. Well, I can't say because I did have someone to motivate me, but I still end up, selling. I was like, yo, like I just kept looking at my portfolio, and it kept going down. So eventually, I was like, let me just get out. Like, biggest mistake. Yoshima Baby says, "Oh man, it's live. Missed the beginning, fam." There should be a replay of it. We didn't really talk much. We just looked at a couple of charts. So nice. The middle journey says just bought 10,000 crypt IQ. Can says bone 50x for me. I think that's what a lot of people, guys, like. A lot of people know it's coming. It's just the when. We know 50x, 100x, like we know those are coming. It's just the when, and the hard part about it is just stomaching, the ups, the ups and downs. If you're able to tune out like the noise and just like stay focused on your conviction on why that got into bone, and I think you should do pretty good. Kid said, "Appreciate it, Random Arts. All love, bro. You the best, man. I appreciate you guys, man." Middle Journey says, "Looking forward to." I'm super late on these charts. Looking forward to the K9 interview. Do you think Ryoshi could eat two or three zeros? Do they have anything going on for the bull run? With Ryoshi, it is decentralized, so there's not like an actual team behind it. At least last time I checked. Um, I think anything is possible, especially with crypto. But as long as Bone continue to do well, it's gonna automatically drag up all the Shibarium projects, and that's why like I'm kind of positioning myself for two things: when more liquidity come into Shibarium, as well as the rise of Bone. I think those two things would impact positively, especially all of these Shibarium projects. Leash is at 353. That is nice. Let me get Leash up on the board. Like everything is up, guys. And like I mentioned before, like when things are good in the market, you tend to see less FUD. Like the last week or so, I haven't been seeing any FUD. Everybody's happy, everybody's chill, everybody's excited. But when things are bad, this is when the FUD tend to come out. Crypto Invest said, "Do you expect to see a pullback on SHIB, Floki, Pepe in the next 24 hours? Going up too quick to sustain these levels, in my opinion. They are going up too fast. That I definitely agree. Um, it really all depends because if you look at if we take a look at SHIB as far as 24-hour volume, in order for it to continue to have these sustained rally, then we need to see like over 1 billion in volume consistently. So it all depends on like if more money is going to come into the market. So if more money does come in or just right around the same, and we should be able to see like we should see it sustain. But if not, then yeah, we're going to see a pullback. But we're still 50 days away from the halving. So any pullbacks for me on any project, I'm talking about like huge pullbacks, I'm definitely taking this time just to be able to just buy in on everything that I can. So that way, once the Bitcoin halving happened and leading up to that, 4 to 6 months afterwards, then we're gonna be able to see like huge rallies like this for roughly what 13, 14 months. Welly's rap song is fire. I haven't heard it. Sound is kind of faint. Let me see if I could adjust this for you guys if it's faint. Hold on, let me just adjust the sound. All right, so I just did a little adjustment. How does that sound now? Can't hear. You guys having a hard time hearing me? Let me adjust this mic. I probably just need to get a whole nother mic because anytime my computer shuts down, like due to a storm, it tends to adjust like my volume settings and all of that. How does that sound now? Eric says right now Bone is boring. Yeah, I mean it's boring until it's not. That's the thing with Bone. It's boring. It's going down, and all of a sudden it's back up. Thoughts on She Token? She Token is just a way just to be for you to be kept on chain. So it's just a stable coin. So for me, like she doesn't. It's good to have. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely good to have within the ecosystem. But as far as like a token that I'm just gonna be holding on to, more likely not. Speak closer to the mic. All right. Oh, it sounds better. Okay. Victor, hello. I currently have like 4 monitor screens, so I think that's what anytime that I'm looking at the other screens, it's affecting the sound until I start looking at the charting screen. So let me see if I could adjust where I'm looking at the chat at. So hopefully that. This is crazy. Just like the candle in itself. My Anthony asks, what bone prediction for the bull run? For me, I think bone at least $100. And a big part of that is predicated on how much we could get as far as like the circulating supply down on bone. Because if we look at the circulating supply right now on bone, this is incorrect, but let me just get Etherscan pulled up. Like you have this close to what, the 20 million that's going to be used as reward. You have this wallet right here, just let you know how much is currently on from the bridge, 3.8 million. So if we could see a lot more pour into this, then we should be able to get that circulating supply down, because the number in itself of them reporting 229, it does not include a couple of tokens like this right here. Doesn't include it. Does not include this, the locker, the treasury. So it's withholding a lot of the tokens that's not in circulation. There go the treasury right here. But I think if we could get us like somewhere even like below, like if we get below 100 million as far as in circulation, then we could be looking pretty good. So when Bone goes parabolic, you'll be able to afford a new mic. I'm probably like one of the most frugalist people on earth. But when it comes to investing, like you know, I'll dump everything into investing as far as like either stocks, real estate, crypto, like buying a new mic. Not on the top of the list. I mean, eventually I'll probably do. But I actually got another one sitting in front of me, just not hooked up yet. But since I'm up 542% on Jazz, is it Jasmine or Jazz? Average buy at 0.003. I was still DCAing an extra bone, so I only put a couple hundred. Do you have any thoughts on? Actually, like I love the chart of it. And the reason why I love and I'm actually looking for more charts like this, because the first time that I seen is this Jasmy or Jasma? It's tripping again. I'm actually looking for more charts that resemble this, because the first time I heard about it, it was right at the end of the bull market, and it was roughly around, yeah, like somewhere over here. Well, no, it's not the full chart. Let's see if it's popping up on here now. But it was roughly around like maybe 3 or 4 cents when I first heard about it. Um, for any chart that's been beaten down, because initially this was trading like over $100 sometime, like before, but somehow or another, I guess people start selling. They just pretty much destroyed the charts. I'm trying to. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, like this. I'm looking. These are the type of charts that I'm actually looking for, and it's only for going into the bull market. And my thought behind it, at least my thesis behind it, is as long as the team is still building and the chart resemble this, then eventually there is gonna, because when it comes to any asset, it's not gonna continue to keep going down, especially if it's still an active project. Eventually there's gonna be pops. Eventually, you're gonna see big run ups on it, because this right here, just looking at it, you're like, man, this looks like a dead project, but in fact, that's actually far from the truth, because now you're seeing, especially if you're able to get in at a good spot, kind of like how you did, you would be able to see nice gains. Another project that I invested into that have a similar chart, um, forgot the name of the project. Like, I buy so many different crypto, guys. What is this project called again? It's not Swerve. It's gonna come to me. But I'll show you the chart for it, and it essentially looked the same. And I'm currently up maybe like 200% on it. So if I could find any charts resembling something similar to this, as long as the project in itself they're still building, then I wouldn't mind just slapping on a few $100, because again, $100, couple $100 could turn to tens of thousands of dollars. And if you even get lucky on a big one, because if this gets back to just a dollar, let's just say a dollar, then you're a couple $100 is looking really, really good. So big congrats on that one. You could have always wear a microphone when you do live stream with multiple monitors. She to 0.204. I know a lot of people would rejoice when they see that. 0.204 for SHIB. My bone exit is 240. Bone will be at $10 this bull run for sure. 100%. Nice. Good job in there since August. Any good entry ERC 404 you looking at the moment? Let's take a look. When it comes to ERC, one that I was super interested in, but I'm still just doing more research, just trying to figure if they did rug or not. I think it was let's see, bakery, because of the price, circulating supply of how much it is. Right now, definitely would have been a good entry, but I don't know if the project rug, because I seen something in the comments, and I haven't been able to really do much research on it. But if they didn't rug, or if they haven't rug, bakery would probably be a good one, or anything that's like that have 10,000 as far as supply, and if they're under $100, kind of like Alien, I think those would be pretty good, because I'm playing the odds. So 10,000 supply, it's under $100. If I buy it, I could at least see a 10x. And if it's like more than like this right here, without even looking at it or doing research, I would say this may be a good one, only due to the fact that the supply and the pricing of it. I try to keep things like super simple. Um, when it comes to like just looking at new, because it's hit and miss, hit or miss with new projects. And I don't, try to put thousands of dollars into it. I just try to put a couple of bucks, like 30, 50, 100 bucks at most. Yeah, I think we could see 0.00202 on SHIB. I have been checking your videos out for the longest with Bone. I haven't been invested for about 2 years. I hope you're right. I hope I'm right too. But for me, all of this is just based upon experience, and just based upon my experience of what I've seen worked in the market before, dating back from 2016. Bone for me, it seems like it's the easiest. Either Bone, and this is another layer too that I'm invested into as well too. I think it's called B Rock. And I had an opportunity to buy this at like 4 cents. I didn't pull the trigger, and I just been stocking it, just slowly, just getting in. I want to see this thing dip so bad. Um, and the reason why I like it is because of the supply. Supply, it's a layer two, similar to Bone. The price of it is a lot cheaper. So you could get a lot more tokens or coin. And the exit strategy for this could be a little bit more conservative, but also still being able to make pretty nice gains on it. I think Bone will repeat. So I really do too. I definitely think Bone will repeat what Soul did, especially with Soul. The supply of Soul is a lot bigger than Bone, and even talking to different people, a lot of people exit out of Bone because they're dissatisfied as far as with the gas price. They're like, man, the gas price is super cheap, so the price is never gonna go up. I'm like, the gas price is never the factor as far as with the pricing, because they try to correlate since Ethereum price, gas price is stupidly outrageous, and that's the reason why Ethereum's in the thousands. But if you take a look at Solana's as far as gas price, it's sub pennies. I want to say it's like maybe 0.30, so it's stupidly low. So gas in itself does not impact the pricing. What really impacts the pricing is the liquidity pools. The more and more token that you could get created on whatever chain that you on, or having more pairs for it, the better it's going to be for that token, because that's less tokens in supply. And everything just generally just go back to supply and demand when you look at it. And this is what we're seeing right now with Bitcoin. Um, the demand is outpowering the supply, but wait to April when the Bitcoin halving happened. And as long as that demand stays the same, and now we're getting a supply getting cut in half, then we're going to see Bitcoin doing just crazy stuff. Because another thing too, guys, the last bull cycle, we didn't have China. Like back in 2017, 2018, during this crazy run up right here, a lot of this was dealing with China. China was buying it up. And we went from, and I remember buying this, and I'm telling you, like, I got lucky when it came for Bitcoin, because I joined a network marketing. And part of the network market, I can't remember the network marketing. I didn't make any money off of it. I made money on Bitcoin though. A part of the network marketing, you needed to buy Bitcoin. So I bought Bitcoin roughly around like $800 or something like that. uh, and Bitcoin just went crazy. And yeah, people, China deep pockets, Hong Kong deep pockets. And during the last bull run, Remember, they banned on China, they banned crypto, they banned Bitcoin, but now they're in the mix. So with this bull cycle, it should be a lot greater than this as well as this, because also we got the ETFs as well too. It just, the demand of Bitcoin, it's nothing that we haven't seen before. Is there a new Inu in town? Let's see. Bob with the $10 donation. Appreciate you, my brother. Say appreciate you. Your content really has helped me. Thank you. Man, that this is what it's for, man. Like, I feel my biggest thing is the more that I teach, I feel like this is what somebody told me like a long time ago. They said they told me like the more that you give out knowledge, the more that you're gonna be able to retain. And ever since they said that, like anything that I know that could be beneficial to people, like I try to give as much as I can because I know I'm gonna get it back, you know. So, but I definitely appreciate that $10 donation, my brother. All right, I need to catch up on some of these chats. My bad, guys. Yeah, I think we could see point 0.02. I think we've been checking your videos out for the longest with phone. I haven't been invested. Okay. Some of these already mentioned already. Marshall, good morning. Let me know where you guys are at. What part of the world you guys are at. Crypto Chevy, what up, Arts? Multi-chain. Any Inu could melt bones, so it's worth keeping an eye on. Any Inu? Let's see. Any Inu. So what do they do? Is it on the Soul Network? No, it can't be on the Soul Network. Some of these don't have LP. She top 15 coin market cap. That would be crazy because if she becomes top 15 on coin market cap, then that means there's a lot of money as far as like on Shibarium. So I definitely love to see that. To purchase and hold these, like what decentralized wallet do you use? I have I have like four different ones. But the main one that I use is MetaMask. But I have MetaMask, SafePal, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet. Um, and I have, guys, I probably have like maybe over 10 different wallets that I just keep different assets in. Like I have a NFT wallet that I only just transact, NFTs or transfer my NFTs to. Purchasing tokens, I have a wallet just for that. Um, I don't have a Ledger wallet. I always said I need to get one, but just I never just went around to get it. Have you looked at BCB blockchain bets? No, this is the first time I'm hearing of it. Do they have a coin as well? BCB blockchain bets. Is their blockchain already out? Now, this is a nice looking chart. Chart looks sexy because there's the breakout. See, again, you could like pull up any chart, guys, when it comes to breakouts. Breakout right here, 0.02, so 2 cents. You'll at least get 100% run up. Top out at 0.05, so 100%. Or what? Over 100%. Ledger Wallet's the best. Blunt say, yo, what up, man? Salem, bro, from. You should definitely do this more often. I'm gonna try. Like I can't really, say for sure, like, hey, we're gonna do this like every Friday. But that is gonna be my goal, just to try to come on, just talk to you guys. Don't forget we still have potential major exchange listing on Bone. That is true. That is true. Binance listing. Thought that, I didn't think it was gonna happen in February, like I mentioned in that video, but I know that's right around the corner somewhere. Let's go. Well, Slave say let's go. Hopefully Binance Bone listing could get Bone to 2-digit pricing. I think it could definitely do. Bob is in Texas. Marshall Random Art. This is old. Oh, old horse. What's going on, man? When's the NFT dropping? Like I haven't seen as far as with the NFT. Sydney, Minnesota, California, East Coast. What's up what's up with the K9 token generation from Berta? K9 as that's a good question. I mean, I'll ask that in the live tomorrow, but to my knowledge, it should. Matter of fact, I'll just ask because I don't know. BTC, Wen, Shi, Doge, Pepe, ETH, SLP, Lunatic. Oh man, Lunatic. I had the craziest story for Lunatic, or for Luna. Um, when it was like crashing, I had an opportunity because I bought it initially when it was at like 4 zeros, or yeah, 4 zeros. Let me see if I can pull it up because I knew a bounce was coming. I knew a bounce was coming somewhere, and I was like, okay, for Terra Luna, I need to still get into this. And I was watching just to see like how much tokens were being generated as far as on the Binance chain. And they just kept being generated. And I'm like, yo, this thing is gonna get down. So I bought it at 4 zeros, and I was gonna and I spent roughly $50. Nothing serious. Then I was gonna spend another $100 when I saw it roughly around like 6 zeros. And I was like, you know what? Let me not do it. And I didn't do it, guys. The next thing you know, I seen that they stopped the minting, and they even started burning some tokens, and that thing shot up. I was like, yo, I could have easily made, I think when I calculated, it would have been like an easy 50,000 with with like $150 investment. I was like, dang. So sometimes it's best like if you have like a gut feeling about something, just go with it. But that was crazy. Like during, yeah, like when this thing was crashing. So every time I look at Terra Luna, I just get frustrated. Like, yo, I could have easily pocketed, you know, over 50K on this joint. March 9th. Okay. That's what's up, bro. I'll make sure, I come out and support, even talk about it on the channel. Where in the world is RA? I'm like Carmen San Diego. What about? I like them. I'm actually following them. Eric asks, Avatar. What about Avatar for the 4-4? I'm watching them, so I like them. Probably something that I'll get into. Let me see if I could. Yeah, so it's for like 15 cents and we're only looking at 4 million. Like a $10, $10 or even $100 price on this is not out of the picture, especially for a 4-4, especially if the market really start pumping. So I definitely like them. I'm following their Twitter or their X account. So this is one of the ones that I probably need to add to my watch list as well. It looks like that. Oh, it does. Let me see. ANKR. And R is ANKR. Are they still building as well too? Do you know if they're still building? Because if they are, they have, ooh, 10 billion. So with something like this, 10 billion, I could see it like it could be a good 10x. You put in 40,000 on Shiba? Woo! We got a whale in the house. Nice. We got a whale in the house. Yeah, Crow, to me, Crow is like another safe bet. As far as like if if you have a huge sum of money, about like millions of dollars or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you want to get a nice return without worrying about like, being very it being a very risky play, then Crow would be a nice way to be able to park your money. Yeah, this is definitely beaten down. So 20 last time, 20 cents. And if it breaks past it, roughly 40 cents. And this is how I try to think as far as with my investments. There's a lot of plays out there that you could easily 10x your return. But if I'm look, I'm for a lot of plays, I'm not looking for a 10x because if I'm looking for a 10x, I have to go bigger as far as like dollar wise into investment. But I would rather look for plays that could maybe 50x or even 100x. And really, it's based upon how far away it is from its all time highs. How far it is away from its all time highs. What's the circulating supplies looking like? Um, how fast or how big of a pump can we get? So this is definitely a nice 10x play. Bone, baby. Bone will move. Not financial advice. 100%, guys. 100%. How is Bone looking like right now? Let's get back to Bone. I still don't remember what's that crypto that I got into. Let me go get my wallet real quick. Get my phone. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. I'm just going through my wallet right now just to see what crypto that was. It is Swift. Dang, I couldn't think of that crypto for the life of me. Like if you look at Swift chart, It is very similar to Jasmine or Jasma. And I roughly got in on this like at 3 zeros roughly or close to it. Oh, and I'm also going to talk about another strategy too, guys, that I that worked for me for the past two bull runs, and I'm going to also implement it on this bull run as well too. But as soon as this chart pulls up, and it's like it's a super easy strategy. So if you have Binance, uh, all you would have to do on Binance, but you got to wait till like after the halving. After the halving happened and Bitcoin is pumping, find an altcoin, the altcoin that's trading the lowest on Binance. Yeah, find that, whatever asset that is, buy it, and you could at least see like this is Swift's chart. This chart, it looks like this coin got destroyed. So these are the type of charts that I'm looking for. Just straight demolish. But it's literally at the bottom, like really how far low can it get? So I got in like during these like dips right here. So maybe I didn't get it. Yeah, it was like somewhere right here. But now it's having a pump. Eventually, I think this will get above a penny. You on dial up. I don't know what's going on. Look, I got so many tech. I guess so many things connect to the Wi-Fi, and where I'm currently at right now, it's away from the box because we have like two different router as far as in the house. So I'm probably like the furthest away from all of it. So maybe that's why like we're seeing all these little delays here. So any questions, guys? How you guys are feeling about your bag size? Like you guys are comfortable, especially with Sheeb. Hopefully you guys were DCAing. Like Sheeb, it looked like it's ready to go up, but ready to go up some more. Because the worst thing, like, especially if some of you guys were buying here, like any of these areas right here, hopefully you were DCAing. And that would get you guys your average down a little bit more. So when we have pops like this, your break even comes a little bit faster. The way that I judge if a crypto is dead is based upon the team. Like, is the team building? Like, if the team is still building, then I don't think it's dead. Like, if they're coming out with, I'm not talking about them saying like, hey, we're, planning on doing this and that, but nothing comes out of it. I'm talking about like actually seeing progress. You know, so that's how I normally judge it. Like, and that's why when people were saying like Sheeb is dead, Sheeb is dead, I'm like, how can she be dead? You have exchanges, you have Robinhood, you have Shaitoshi. I mean, despite what anybody say about him, they're constantly still building, big or small. Like if they're still building, yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like sometimes they do be tripping. Um, and it's, you know, it, for me, I always incorporate like my motto when it comes to crypto. Like, I don't trust devs, I don't trust teams, I don't trust CEOs. But in order for a project to be successful, they're gonna come with the package. So the good and the bad is gonna come. Because you got to keep in mind, Shiba Inu, it is decentralized, so they're not working, for us. This is like Shiba Inu is not a traditional project where you have like Ethereum, Vitalik, like he's working. Like you have people that's volunteering to be able to do stuff. Because at first, before Bone came out on Sheeb, the work that they did was all volunteer based, because remember, the only token that was out at the time was Shiba Inu, and Leash came out roughly in April, but the contract for that was also renounced. So as far as like money wise, as far as them getting paid to doing what they do, because you got to keep in mind, like, they have families of their own as well too. Like, so around this whole time period, like this whole time period, they were not getting paid. So they finally got paid when Bone came out. And that's the whole reason why I didn't touch Bone, due to the fact it was a reward token. Because I already know when it comes to reward tokens, they're going to get sold off. So, and that's exactly what we saw for Bone. Got sold off. And now that it's no longer a reward token, I mean, at least just for the validators and delegators, um, it's more attractive as far as this to be able to be invested into. Nice. Just Shima says I'm back in profit now on She until we retest. Haha. 0.401548 average. I like to see more happen with Leash. I think there's a big potential. 100%. And that's why I like Walk so much, because Walk is actively building for Leash. So the fact that they're actively building, they could capture a really good set of audience right there within the Leash community and build that up. And that could be the token that could be associated as far as like, hey, they actually did something, you know, for Leash. Watch the throne. Hashtag watch the throne. Bone sheep. Is that a show? Watch the throne, or is that just the hashtag? See what's happening on X right now. Just sent 235 ETH to Coinbase. Shiboshi sells, which, oh, anybody know what's going on there? Or are they cashing out? Like Sheepcon been on it, guys. I don't know if you guys follow him on X. Wait, you're saying that I don't follow him. Let me click the follow, my bad. But yeah, he's been on it. Like as far as like with the screenshots. I wonder what that's about. 235 ETH. Been holding Sheep for almost 3 years now. Did you sell any? Random Art and Gospel need to do a collab video. Y'all two are the best Bone Sheeps. She will swap influence on YouTube. Now I'm definitely always down for a collab. Open leverage. need to see Bone get past $1 again. Let me get. Notice we're moving up the ladder as far as like because before I think was like 334th coin according to coin market cap. Now we're at 315. I want to see that 80 cents breach, guys. Like we hold 80 cents, then I think we should be able to start testing $1. Because 80 cents gave us a lot of problems, especially in the month of what, November, December. So if we could pass 80 cents mark, guys, we should be looking pretty good. And I always got to clarify, when I mean pass, I'm talking about like holding, like it gets above 80 and it stays above 80. Not goes above, then come right back down. What is the latest on Metaverse? That should bring volume to Shibarium. I haven't. The only thing that I heard as far as like with the Metaverse is to be everything to be completed by the end of this year or Q1. Nice. Yeah, and I think that's what most people got to do, especially like because once you take profit, you realize the profit, it makes you a little bit more patient as far as with your holdings. Because I'm not gonna lie, because and this is all based upon human emotions, and I get it. Like if I was buying, when I was buying sheep here, and also like over here as well, had I not sold and it gotten all the way back, I probably would have felt some type of way too. Because like once you realize profit, you're like, okay, you're able to view the charts or view the asset with a little bit more clear mind. But if you're seeing red just constantly, like it will mess up with your psyche. I'm telling you, that was like the most, probably like the most depressed I was back in uh 20 2018, 2019, 2020 during that bear cycle, because it was just constant red. It was just like messing up with my head. So I definitely do sympathize with people who bought Sheeb like all the way on the top here, but it's the market will humble you, and it is a lesson that you definitely have to learn. And this is why to this day, like I'm scared to buy like green candles, because I remember what it did to me. That would be dope. Yeah, hopefully Shiba Swap 2.0 comes out this month. So I would love to see that, because if it comes out this month, or even right before, like then we get a listing for Coinbase, or we get a listing for Binance, then yeah, Bone is gonna go stupid, man. Because you just gotta realize this. Currently, right now, 18 million. Now, this is higher than what we've seen before. I'm talking about from maybe the past few months. But if we're able to get big listings, then we could potentially see $1 billion. Like if we see $1 billion, because you gotta realize like how much, like I know sometimes we can't quantify like as far as what $1 billion is. We just hear the word, but $1 billion going into a token that is trading at 76 cents, like it's gonna make the price go stupid. And especially if the decrease of the circulating supply. Like I almost sound like a broken record, but circulating supply, get that down, and we start trading above $1 billion, guys. Like really 100 million. But if we get $1 billion, And hopefully, I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the video that I made as far as like outlining how the volume really impacted the growth of Solana. But it was they were constantly doing like over before then they weren't doing $1 billion a day in volume. Then as soon as they started touching $1 billion, and keep in mind their circulating supply is like twice, almost three times the amount of bone, and that's how they had that big run up. Guys, it's going on 2 hours now, so I thought I'd at least do this live. And again, I'm gonna try my best. Bone back above 200-day EMA. Let's go. Let's go indeed. 32% up in the last 7 days. And the sad part about it, because I know some people who messaged me, and sold like a few days before. And that's why I say, like, you don't want to sell when an asset is going down. Just wait for a bounce. Like, if you really want to get out, just wait for a bounce. Like, when it bounced, like this bounce right here, if you really wanted to, take your money and find something else, this is the type of bounce that you want to sell into versus just selling to get out while everything is going down. Sheesh, sheep at. Let's go. This is crazy. I wonder. So, anybody think we're gonna get into twos today? Because look at this. When I started, we was at 1.9 billion. Now we're at 2.2 billion, guys, for volume. This is nuts. Insane. Are you happy with the quality of projects being built on Shibarium now, and were you expecting and hoping for more? I thought we were gonna have more. Initially, because I thought Shiba Swap was gonna come in like at the launch, but they did revamp it. Because there was so much. I'm telling you, there was so much fun like right around the launch of Shibarium. Some people wanted to. Some people said that Shiba Swap or the team they're gonna monopolize on the swaps. And that was like a big fuss, right before the launch of Shibarium. So the team ended up saying like, okay, well, we'll let the other swaps come in and just go ahead and build. Then we'll just come in at a later time. So that definitely did push some stuff back by the weekend. So Yoshima said, at this rate, maybe we will see it this weekend. Oh my goodness. I know at least Matt, because Matt, he haven't I haven't I mean it's been a while since I looked at his videos, but I think his break even is at like 0.402. He mentioned it on one of his lives, or not lives, but one of his videos. So he would at least be, and I understand his thought behind as far as like trying to buy Sheeb at 2, because it was this, at 0.402. That is a support area, and I'm assuming he tried to buy it right here. But one thing about it, like if especially if you're going big on an entry, the mistake, and this is what I'm assuming, the mistake that he did is doing one shot, one kill. Because again, supports right here at 0.02. Like if you're doing one big entry, if it cracks below this, you gotta cut the loss. You gotta just take the loss and then just let the chart reset itself. Then you get back in. Or else, then you're just gonna be trying to catch a falling knife. So definitely twos is going to be an area of resistance. You may see the people who bought in on here, probably some might just get out for break even, if they have not done so already. And like Shiba Inu's chart, I'm telling you guys, it is extremely beautiful when it comes to just pure consolidation. Like, I love seeing long period of consolidation on any chart. So she been in a consolidated state roughly going on 2 years now. So once it breaks past some of these resistance area, we're gonna see a huge pump on SHIB. And this is why, like, I made the tweet today, like trying to urge people, get your SHIB off the exchanges, put it into like a decentralized wallet. Because if you put it in a decentralized wallet, when we have pumps like this, these exchanges, they're not gonna have enough SHIB on hand. So what's that? So it's gonna end up forcing them to go to the open market to be able to buy SHIB. Because if you take a look at like how much these exchanges have, they have a lot of SHIB. Like crypto.com, 41 trillion. That's a lot of SHIB. 34 trillion, 31, 23. See, it's because previously they had like about 19 trillion, last time I checked. And as more and more people rushing in, buying, it's going to force them to have to get it somewhere, and it's going to cause the price to be able to skip up. So if you have your SHIB on exchanges, that could help the cause as well too, just to be able to get the price moving. And this is a big part of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, as it currently stands right now it's the lowest in history as far as Bitcoin on an exchange. So now we're seeing, when demand comes, we're seeing huge price run up. So all of this, it like, looking at the charts, knowing the background of what's happening, it's definitely a beautiful story right now just for Bitcoin. Don't worry about it. Said my boy did the live. I told you I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it more often. So say, yeah, I can't get my SHIB off of Webbull without selling. Yeah, that sucks, man. I understand. Um, I definitely wouldn't, you know, recommend just selling. So, but and also getting it off exchanges, it definitely helps you long term. I'm not saying for this specific with the Web Bull one, but getting off of the exchanges, if any, I think some people are having issues with Bitforex. They can't withdraw. Like, those are just risks. Like, some of the exchanges that I used to use, back in the day, they they went under. I remember one was like, I think it was like Bit2B or something like that. It ended up getting seized by the government. So luckily I had all my funds already taken out. I had like just some random coin on there. It wasn't that big. But yeah, one day I tried to, I went on the website, and the SEC little logo joint was on there. I was like, what the heck? This is when I was like really new to crypto. So, jeez, it's speeding up too. This is nuts. Let's put the candles up. Just nothing but green candles. Let me see if I could. This is nuts, guys. And like without any big catalyst for Bone, Shiba Inu does well. Bone is gonna do well. Leash is gonna do well, and that's why I like the ecosystem so much. Greetings from Brazil. How you doing? If you guys are just coming in, make sure you smash that like button. Take it off the weekly. Let's do a 5-minute chart. 78. Let's go. Let's go. Like, even though this is exciting, guys, when we pass that $2 resistance area, it's gonna be glorious, man. Like right here. I mean, once we're able to just pass this right here, guys, $2, because you see we had this first attempt, couldn't break, second attempt, couldn't break, third attempt didn't even get close. I think we roughly got to like 180-ish. Let me take it off the line chart. Yeah, well, I guess we got to 193, but it still couldn't break that resistance area. So once we pass this $2 area, this is when we're gonna see like a huge pump on Bone. I 100% think it could reach $10. What happens if Bone ever went nuts and everybody want the cash in and the exchanges freeze and crashes? Could that happen? Poor us. Um, it depends of what type of exchanges that we have at the time, and this is why I want to see like Binance, because they're, you know, I wouldn't say trustworthy, but they're better than any other thing that's out there right now. Same thing with Coinbase, even though they had their crash, and in my opinion, I think it was due to the fact that they didn't have enough Bitcoin. But um, then you have decentralized exchanges where you could swap out of there. You also have crypto.com. So this is why we want to see more listings for Bone before a pump. So because at the end of the day, we're looking to make a profit. So easiest way to take the profit would be on a centralized exchange, because then you could easily just if you're looking to depending if you're looking to withdraw it and put it into your bank account, then centralized exchange is the way to go. If you're still looking to still be within crypto, maybe swap to like a stable or something like that, then you could do that on a decentralized exchange. Because keep in mind, there's so much money in the market. And a good proof of that is Blast. Like I said, like Blast Layer 2. Now they had big fundings. So people, someone had asked me like, man, why Shibarium, why Shibarium don't have that much funds into it? You got to keep in mind, like Blast, you had centralized figures come in and funded this. So the money didn't just get raised out of nowhere. I think Buzz posted about it. And also, guys, I know get some new people in. Tomorrow we are having an AMA with K9 financing at 11 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys come out for that live as well. Let's see. Looking for his post about Blast. Did I like it or no? There's something else that I'm starting to notice too. Starting to see bigger news outlet starting to cover. That is right here too. Oh, Wolf Finance, and there looks like they're gonna help out with the people who's doing Blast 20 inscription. So if you guys have a SHIB map, I don't know if they're gonna also get free airdrop, but I know with the one for the Bitcoin layer 2, if you had a SHIB map, you're able to get some free token as well too. I'm looking for the post. Oh, there it is. No. Must have got deleted. I don't know. Thought I had it here. Let me see. Because yeah, I think with Blast they did something crazy. Like, yeah, 2 billion in TVL. Guess I can't find it, but just know there's money, a lot of money in the markets. So we get some as soon as we could start tapping into that for Shibarium, we should see a lot of those projects go nuts. Bone is doing its thing. Let's go. Can we break 80 cents tonight? Can we break 80? What you guys think? 80 cents? We're at 78 right now. Just left a little poll out there for you guys. Okay, it's my what you call them delayed. This is the first time that sheesh, look at, what about SHIB? Will it touch 0.402? I would not. Uh, just for me, like anytime for me when it comes to and this is the question that Bob asked, if you could sell 15K from Sheeb and put it into Bone, would you, assuming where the green on Sheeb? I for me, like I my just this is just my trading strategy. I don't sell any asset that I have to go in on another asset, even though it's in the green. Especially if I'm down on the asset. Now, if I'm up and it's like me taking profits, that's another thing. But if I'm down and I'm doing it just to cut my losses, it would have to be just something that's well planned out. Because in a scenario like that, let's say if I did that, the next thing you know, Sheeb continue to keep going. Then what? You know what I mean? It would have to be something that is well planned out for me. But these are gonna be the resistance area. I know this is a resistance area that it's close to be about from this prior top right here. Zoom in for you guys to see. Right here. It may not be a big resistance due to the fact of the time, because it's been over a year since this top was made back in February of 2023. So more likely, people got out. And that just the nature of the game is battle. What is battle? First time, is that a Shibarium project too? Let me get that pulled up. I know Chewy's a Shibarium project, but its battle is. Right now, transferring a huge bag of bone to Shibarium, it wouldn't do any benefit. You could now. I transferred maybe, I want to say like maybe a thousand or so, but even that's actually like overkill, just based upon the liquidity that's currently on Shibarium right now. So doing a big bag to bridge it over, as long as you don't have it on an exchange, I think you're perfectly fine as far as keeping it on the layer one. Um, what is battle? Is this the one I'm on? Battle? Gotta explain this one to me. I mean, I see it launched 12 days ago. Is it NFT? Is it a type of? Is it a gaming? Because even with and going back to that big bag, because even with any of the tokens that I have that I bought on Shibarium, I'm not spending more than $200, and I actually maybe two projects that I spent $200 on. All the other ones, because they're micro cap, I probably spent maybe about $50. So that's why I say like it will be an overkill if you do transfer a huge bag. I probably would wait till things are more established as far as with liquidity. Gaming, okay. Yeah, I actually just with the Sharby Bridge, I actually provided liquidity there. Seeing how that goes. You said not true. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like once the big, once he sends his big bag as far as to Shibarium, like what liquidity? I mean, like if he's talking about like bringing $10,000 of bone, I'm never gonna recommend to buy, a token using $10,000. That's on Shibarium right now because liquidity is not that big. Like even looking at Chewy, it's $50,000. So if he spent $10,000, he's 1/5 of the whole liquidity. Now I 100% agree with that. Bill says all the trusted Shibarium projects are going to 100x easy. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, sorry. Nice. Mr. Cool says, been waiting for this day. I bought a poop coin called Boo Boo, and you're up 3x already. Hey man, that's what's up, man. The crypto market is crazy. Like sometimes the unlikely play that you get into may, may do better than some of the plays that should be like a gimme. Yeah, 1.25 million, but again, it's like I mean, yeah, for me, I think $1,000 until the chain get bigger, or that would probably be just my max, just to be able to spread across. Because at that point, then you're putting on more risk than what you would need to. My main focus when it comes to anything, it's risk reward. 19, let's go. Sheeb at the 19. Let me get this pulled back up. This is crazy. I know people are FOMOing in right now. Look at this candle. How is Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin moving? Still at 62? This is crazy, man. Let me just get Coin Market Cap the homepage pulled up. This is nuts. This is nuts. So we're gonna be approaching that resistance area. We're gonna see how it acts. So if it get to the twos, are we gonna get people selling, just breaking even? Or are we gonna continue? Let me just draw the line here so that way I could at least know. So right there. How will this react? This is very interesting. Put the 15 minutes on. I appreciate that, Art. Smash the like button, guys, if you have not done so. Just noticed the price movement. What's the news? I have no idea, guys. I mean, other than what Shy already released, as far as with the privacy, we did get some bigger news outlets started covering SHIB. Let me pull that up on X. Looks like the burns that's coming back. Well, not coming back. The burns are automated. Um, like this right here from BNB Swap. They have over 433,000 followers, and they're talking about the privacy. I mean, we just got this news right here from Tinjim. They integrated Shibarium. And there was another news outlet that was pretty big that talked about us as well too. Oh, BSCN, 1.1 million, and they were talking about the privacy. So it could be them. I mean, especially if they got big followings and they're talking positive about us. Who knows? But this is what I was talking about, guys. Like getting your coins out of the exchanges. So if we're constantly able to do that, getting that out of these centralized exchange hands, then it's gonna force them to go to the open market and buy more Shiba Inu at the market price just to be able to keep up with the demand. So we seeing that happening right now for Bitcoin, because more and more Bitcoin are leaving exchanges and just being stored. Sheeb at number 15 now. Jeez. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is exciting, guys. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited because all of this is happening before the halving. Like we still have another 7-8 months, especially if we could keep some of these gains. I know pullback is inevitable, so we'll cross that bridge when it happens. But currently up 53% on the day, 53%. Um, yeah, there's gonna be a pullback soon. Because the candle in itself, it's is being overextended. Like for charts, especially for, and plus it's approaching a resistance area. It's a, you know, plus it's a whole number. So you tend to see like assets reject, but if volume could continue to keep pouring in and could overpower this resistance, because this is dating back from over a year ago. So I could imagine like some people that were in that area, and we just crossed the twos. Sheesh. Hey, so how is this gonna act? Let me change to a 1 minute and see how it looks like on a 1 minute chart. How is it gonna react? This was 84,000 as far as candle. But keep in mind, this is for Uniswap, so let's keep going. Closing in on 12 billion market cap. Jeez Louise. See, this is what I wonder now. Like, what are some people gonna say? Because remember the whole narrative: Shiba's dead, Shiba's dead, Shiba's dead. I keep saying like it's dead until it's not. Shiba's at number 14 right now. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Got, and this is gonna put more eyes on Shibarium because I could see news articles being written probably the next day, especially if we could hold some of these gains. Um See the news articles saying like Sheeb is, going crazy. Can we see? Then you're gonna start seeing Sheeb at a penny, Sheeb at $1. Those are gonna be coming. And it's gonna get more people excited, more people FOMO. But even with the FOMO, it could get more eyes on Shibarium, which could trigger down for Bone. Because then if those news outlets start talking about, hey, these are the tokens that's on Shiba Inu, I think we're just seeing a pullback right now. No, not on Uniswap. There's the first red candle. Or besides this one. SHIB ETF, guys. I'm telling you, if we see a SHIB ETF, that would definitely get us to a penny. Definitely get us to a penny. Because I'm thinking about just the sheer volume that it could produce. If we're seeing somewhere like above $1 billion consistently, talking about $1 billion in volume, then we could see a penny. I know it sounds crazy. It does sound crazy because I remember when we were saying Dogecoin at a penny, people were like, "Yo, that's crazy. Dogecoin would never get to a penny." So the crypto market is very unpredictable at times. Random, create a new eval and post it. I will send you some battle. I actually have one. I'll leave it in the chat. Should be in the description somewhere. I'll post it on here. Dang, I randomly picked the time, and it's the time where Sheeb is going crazy. See, there's the pullback right here that we're seeing. So I'm ending the poll. Got 84% of people said we think we are gonna get to 80 cents tonight. I didn't even check on. Is it already at 80 cents? Yep, 81. Let's go. Let's go. I guess we already had a pullback. Oh no. All right, I'm about to post the wallet. Said, and I'll just pin it here. This is crazy. Sheep the second is in play. Sheep is the 14th. Them gas fees to sell are gonna be, yeah. Leash closing on 12 million market cap. 80 cents bone. People are gonna be pissed, but they into Shibarium early. I'm telling you, a lot of people are, because I don't know if you guys are heavily into Twitter, but there is like a whole community. What they do is look for different meme plays or different plays that'll go parabolic, and there's a group of big influencers, and that's all they do. So whenever it really just take one Shibarium project and just go ballistic, and you see a news article of someone making hundreds of thousands of dollars after they invested uh a few $100s. Like once that narrative is out on Shibarium, you would see a whole bunch of different people coming into Shibarium to be able to try to capitalize on some of these tokens. Like it normally happens. See, just like I thought, we got this rejection right at that resistance area. And this is why I love technical analysis, because if you understand technical analysis, you're pretty much seeing human psychology at play. Like you could identify where someone FOMO'd in, you could identify where people are stuck at. A lot of times you could tell by the volume where an area is full of volume. Like right here with this candle right here, let me zoom in on it. Like notice how this candle, this was like the ignition of this play. Like big money stepped in because it was already having a nice little rally. It dipped. This confirmed the dip was over. Let's see, where am I at on the chat here? It said the chart was waiting for the live stream. Guess you have to do more. I'm gonna try my best to be able to do more, guys. Because I remember back in the day, we used to see like from different influencers before I had my channel, and they used to do like live streams practically like every other day. Like there was different YouTubers that was doing this. So I'm a hopefully this could be a kickstart. So I'm gonna try to do my best to do more live streams. All right, I'm at 77 likes right now, guys. So we need 30 more, well, less than 30 more people to hit the like button. That would get to 100 and see if we could grow this stream. Just see how many more people is gonna come on here. So go ahead and spam that like. Yeah, Reddit do have a massive. Now, what's that? The GME people. Was it? I know they was on Reddit, but I forgot their name. If we could get them into the fold, now they are some real degens. Are we? Let's see, got the pullback. Oh, we're seeing a little rejection right here. Got a little wick. Boom. Right on key. Somebody is buying it up. My 1.1 ETH for 5 BNB. Are you asking how? Question is, how high do you think Shiba can be? Are you asking just overall or just during this run up right here? Wall Street bets. Yeah, they are some heavy degens. Now the crazy thing about it, and I got a lot of hate from Wall Street bets people, because I actually was shorting I shorted GameStop. And the big signal that the run up was over with was whenever Robinhood. That was like probably one of my, it wasn't the biggest trade that I did in stock market, but it was up there. It was a nice little trade. And for me, when it comes to short selling, since it's super risky, I day traded. Like the end of the day, I was already out. But when I was telling them like, hey, even for the people who wasn't like in Robinhood, like, hey, this might be, the time to sell. They're like, no, we're never gonna sell. Like, look, at some point in time, you do have to take profit. Like, I believe in hodling, but I also believe in taking profits even more. So if you're not taking profits, then all of this is irrelevant. Unrealized gain is unrealized gains. You can't do nothing with it. So if anybody tell you like, if you're up with life saving money and people try to shame you from hodling, from selling, like forget that. You guys, you take your profits and you run. Where is it at right now? It says gonna get the 10, 14. How far away? Oh, we might overtake Polkadot. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong place. We should. This says 12 for market cap. Wait, let me refresh this. Oh, snap. We're at 12. Let's go. Can we overtake Tron? This is going to be a very good story, guys. A very, very good story. I did see Dumb Money. Yeah, I did see Dumb Money. And guys, I'm telling you, I got so much hate. Got so much hate on GameStop, guys. My initial buy on GameStop was at 60. I didn't do good. I didn't do well on the buy side. I bought at 60, so at like 65. Just to see it just continue to just keep going up. I was like, holy crap. So I didn't bother re-entering because at that point I know a pullback is gonna come. So I was thinking maybe they were gonna do like a stock offering, where they're gonna add more shares to the market. Anytime you see that in a stock market, it typically will create a stock. So I was thinking that may happen or something, or a first red day. That's like one of my favorite patterns in the stock market. After a stock is going up like multiple days, just green, 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 green. The first day that it has a red day, that's the time or that's the signal that the run up or people are starting to take profit. And as a short seller, you just ride with the sellers. Most people think short sellers are the one who is des- destroy stocks, but really it's the buyers because I mean there's illegal stuff that some people do as far as like with naked short selling stuff like that. Like those are of course illegal and stuff like, but for the most part, for most stocks, short sellers are not the one that's destroying the stock. It's the sellers. It's the panic sellings, and we just ride the wave now. Do I think Lunatic could, or I always say Lunatic, what Luna Classic could ever get back to $1? For me, my whole trade process when I had it, because I sold mines already. I was hoping for just a penny. Um, That's a good question. That I, based upon the supply amount, I mean, anything is possible with crypto. That's, I wouldn't hope for it, but not to say that it can't happen. Because I could, because I learned my lesson too many times in crypto when I say something cannot happen. But for me, just looking at the likelihood, and it's due to the sheer amount of supply. Something else would have to happen on the demand side to be able to overcome 5 trillion, or really 6.8 trillion. Bone hit $1 tonight. Can that happen? That might be predicated on if SHIB is going to continue to keep going. If SHIB continue to keep going, we might see a $1 bone. We might see a $1 bone. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is just steady chilling at the 62. I like this for Bitcoin. Chill above 60. Have this nice little pop. Chill. Maybe just chill for the whole weekend. Nice consolidation. Come Monday, let the people let more buying for the ETF come in and pump it a little bit more. Bad idea is moving. I still haven't even bought into bad idea. Like some of these projects, I was just waiting for them to hop onto Shibarium so that way I'm telling you guys, I get sick anytime I have to buy anything on Ethereum, guys. Just the gas fees hit, like, it really pissed me off. Oh, Bone is up 20% because Sheeb is up. Because normally if Sheeb is moving, Bone is gonna move alongside with it as well. 11. Let's go. So Sheeb is above number 11. I'm telling you guys, this is gonna be very good storyline. Like Shiba Inu out of nowhere. And if Sheeb is doing well, then some of the spotlight could come to Bone, could come to Leash. Yo, why is Coin Market Cap tripping on me? Maybe because I got all these tabs open. It's been a minute since we've been this far up, 11. So we got some ways to go because the market cap is 16 billion. So we need to overtake another 4 billion. Looks like I missed some chat, so let me just make sure I'm catching up. Bill, I appreciate that, brother. He said he sent me 180 decent battle token. Welcome to the battle, buddy. I really appreciate it. My thought is trying to see what comments that I miss. She was live. There you go. Bonus up 20%. My Bit Panda graph goes crazy. Is that a token? Ooh, we got a double top right here. At least on the 1 minute. I mean, the 1 minute is not the most reliable, Um, 1 minute is typically for like entry. So let me see how it looks on the hour chart. It's that's an overextended candle. You could already start seeing the wick a little bit here. So let's see, will it may be predicated on this candle right here, since the 1 hour candle just closed. Let's see. Bit Panda. So when you said Bit Panda, I thought about South Park. What's the ticker for Bit Panda? I want to see the chart. Because this right here does not have any LP. Will Pepe at some point go back to its lows? We would need like a market pullback. Pepe. Oh wow, Pepe is breaking out. Nice. This is nice. I don't own any Pepe, but this is crazy. So Pepe may start going. Well, then again, this candle as well too. This is like an overextended candle to try to go for a breakout. So when I'm looking at this, as far as for a breakout, I want to see like consolidation, like near its highs, then having a follow through. Because typically when, and it's not all, again, these are all guides, so it's not like the gospel, like what I'm saying. But from what I've noticed just in the past, as far as for breakouts for more continuations, um, a long candle passing its breakout, the all-time high, it's typically met with rejection. Again, just what I see. So, will it happen? Because we could see a scenario where it, like how we're seeing right now, pops up. It looks like it's breaking out, then all of a sudden, boom, it gets back the game and it's fall below. Once it falls below this and it stays below this, then the buyers that are buying here, buying here, buying here, they're gonna probably start selling to make Pepe start to have a pullback. So the ideal scenario for this is to have a big, like with this candle, this pop up, have some consolidation, like establishing a new floor. Because this way it'll let some people that got in, some people who bought in here or here or here to be able to get out, or some of the people who were stuck in here to be able to get out with some type of profit. So that way now there's really no overhead on this crypto and it could really start skipping. So if it breaks past this, we could see like Pepe at least at 0.508 at the very least. I mean, it could go a lot higher than that, but at the very least, we could see like a huge run up on this. Edub said, "Always love your analysis. Thanks for always being positive and optimistic." No, absolutely, man. Saying the crypto market is would already put us at a negative state, so I always try to do my best to stay look at the positive side of stuff. Question about SRC20 with the Shibs, the bones, and everything else. How are these tokens related? Um, Related how? Like, are you saying related to Shib or related to bone? Or a combination of those? Obviously, SHIB is SHIB, but the SRC 20 version isn't the same, just in inscription version. Yep, that is correct. They're not related in that sense, but they are on the chain though. So the way that I view it is the same way that I view BRC20 tokens. So if the underlying asset for BRC20 tokens is Bitcoin, so if Bitcoin does well, the inscriptions that's on the BRC 20 market, they're following the stats of how many Bitcoins it could be produced, or not produced, but to make up one Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's going up, you typically are going to see the BRC 20 do the same thing. So if we reverse that and look at Shibarium, the inscription is technically on Bone. So if Bone does well, then those SRC20 token, they're going to do well as well. And with the team now, and a couple of things that I'm noticing what they're doing, they're getting involved with other communities, making bridges, so that way they could have at least some more use case. So I think once we have another run up on BRC20 tokens as well, we should be able to see the inscription market in itself go up. Hopefully that answered your question. They burning fast. Nice numbers in our DEX tools for Bone. Take a look. Bone at 82. Nice to dream. Got 150% from Pepe this week. Nice. Sheeb. Cardano breaks out as well. Let's take a look at Card. I'm telling you guys, I have a love-hate relationship with ADA, man. Like this was supposed to be the token that that really got me there, but I could only blame myself. Yeah, it's having a. I mean, this is off the BNB chain. So it's not showing everything. Let me see if I could so I'll probably just do Ethereum. It's not gonna show the whole thing. Let me see, where can I find ADA? Get the I remember this. Bad idea. I'll get back to ADA once this joint finish loading here. Open all this action has created some burns. You talking about burns for Shiba Inu? Nearly every meme coin has a nice upward movement currently. Yeah, and luckily for me, I bought some Floki. I bought some Floki yesterday. I've been curious about what chart resolution is the best under different circumstances. Can you explain, RA, please? You said 1 minute good for entries, so what you use for exits? Same thing. You could use 1 minute for exits, but the main thing when it comes to exits, look for, at least this is what I do. I look for a resistance area. Or if I'm not looking for a resistance area and I'm just trying to get out because I reached maybe a target amount, it's not good to have a target, but I still have a target. I mean, again, trading it's everything could be subjective. So if you're looking to try to get like a pinpoint accuracy as far as like where to get out at, you could try to use the 1 minute and use the resistance and draw your lines at a resistance area. So ADA, yeah, it looks like it's having a like a multi-month breakout. So multi-month right here. So 80 cents, roughly, that's a resistance area. Then we could probably see $1.20 or $1, since that's a whole number. All right, let's see, what did I miss? Bitcoin halving, it's 50 days. SHIB is pumping already. This looks very bullish. 100%. 100%. Yeah, because after the Bitcoin halving, guys, if the demand, like how we're seeing for Bitcoin, continue, it's going to raise the overall market as well, too. Myro. Yeah, I saw a rapper. I think they tweeted about Myro, and this is causing the nice. I had a nice short on Myro. Um, I was short at like 21, and I got out around like 14 cents. So it was a nice little gain. Um, but I definitely wouldn't recommend like shorting, shorting going forward. Like leave that for a bear market. Now everything could rip your face off. So I see people still trying to short Bitcoin. I'm like, yo, you missed that boat. Let me get Myro pulled up on here. So bad idea is still moving. I said bad idea need to tighten up and come on to Shibarium. I believe so. With question is with 10K bone, anyone could be a millionaire. I 100% believe that. But the thing is, when it comes to investing, guys, even though $100 is our price target, but if you take a look at your wallet, let's say at the time you have 10K bone, you're looking at your wallet, at the time you see $600,000. Now, if you're working, you have a family, or you have aspiration of doing something big, $600,000 is still a lot of money. You know, at the end of the day, like some people could buy a house with $600,000 and still have a lot left over. Some people could have, help their kids go to college, pay off parents' debt, pay off your debt. That's still a lot of money. So I say, and I know myself, I say I'm gonna wait till $100, but there's always a but. Like if I see the money there, six, seven, 800, $900,000, it can be tempted. I'm not gonna firmly say $100, like, but I know like right now because I'm looking at it from a more rational standpoint. $100 price target, that could be done. Did the research behind it, did all the different scenarios behind it. I'm clear headed. But you know, when we're investing and sometimes we could get in our emotions or get emotional, this is where mistakes tend to happen. But taking profits, even if you did take profit before $100, that's still fine. You know, like the goal is at the end of the day when it comes to investing is to make a profit. going to get a cup of coffee. All right, did you get your 10K bag of bone? Yes, I actually did. I'm actually sitting somewhere around like 15K. 15K bone. Um which is crazy, guys. Like it's crazy just to because I didn't really think I was going to be able to reach that amount, but luckily had some good things happen, and yeah, I was able to get it. Why get out? Hold 600K is nothing. No, I'm only speaking as far because to some people 600K is a lot of money. Because you got to realize too, we got people investing in different countries, not just the US, not just Canada, not just the UK, where 600K, and even in some parts of Canada, some parts of UK, 600K is still a lot, but you got to understand, like other people, 600K, that's a lot of money for them. So, because you could always get that 600K, then re-repeat the same process for the next bull run, finding another asset where you're not putting 600K. This time you're putting, you could get in on two or three, four, five other projects, which would be roughly like 50, $60,000 that you're investing on another play to try to be able to maybe, you know, 10x again in 2 years. So you could always repeat that process once you have the capital, because you only need to get rich once. Like, you only need to get rich once, and once you do, make sure you do take that money and you just put that aside and just reinvest just a portion of it and just keep repeating the process. Because when I first started out in this, I didn't have much to my name, like a few $100, um, uh, like $1,600 or something like that. I mean, all right, what we at on the comments? She hit a penny by the summer. By this summer, woo, a lot would need to happen. Bad ideas moving, going downstairs. So happy you guys with the bullish happening right after the halving or in 2025. Generally, from what I see, roughly around 6 months after the Bitcoin halving, you're gonna start to see. We're already seeing asset having the move up, but I'm talking about like full blowing your face out. Going straight godlike candles that tend to happen somewhere around like a year after the halving, just based upon what. But then again, this cycle is it's a lot different. Even though like previously in the past you could have pinpoint predict a lot of things, with this cycle there's a whole bunch of uncertainties, in a good way, due to the fact of the Bitcoin ETF that's adding a lot more money into the market. So we could maybe see a longer run. We could see a faster run. Um, so there's a whole bunch of other stuff. True crime. Robinhood is locking up. Yeah, Robinhood, like they anticipated this. They really anticipated this because they were the main ones that was buying, kept buying, just so they definitely had an idea. Let me get SHIB back, pull back up, and see where we're at on the. Okay, so we that pullback. Yeah, So I anticipated it at the 2. That was resistance, and that's where I had drew my resistance line here. Let me get it back here. So it's definitely having that pullback. What do I think about Sponge V2? Never heard of it. Let's take a look. Sponge V2. This have no LP. 12,000. This does not have that much LP. So can't really formulate a thought, but the only thing that's getting me right here, especially for a BNB chain token, is that the liquidity is extremely low. Had to finish up the rest of my accumulation 3 days ago when it was at 71. I knew it was going to go to gonna go up from there. Hey, that was a nice buy. Which indicators will you be looking to determine if you hold when bone at $75 and has a pullback? Might be tempting as well. I made a video about that, and it's really based upon if I see what I call like a death candle. Like a death candle is like one, like let's say you see it's going, like pretend this is the chart of it. You're seeing green candles, green candles, green candles. Let's see if I can even draw one. And next thing you know, you just see this like death candle just comes out of nowhere. Like this is a sign for me that I probably need to get out or take profit. I'm not going to get out on the death candle, but I'm going to more likely wait for a bounce. The next bounce is where I'm going to either get out half or get out 90%, because at that point in time, there's so many options that you could do. But for me, I wait for a bounce to be able to get out, and I could then re-examine it, because if it continue to keep going lower and we're still within a bull market or alt season still haven't come yet, then I could easily start rebuying bone at a much lower price. Hopefully that makes sense. But this right here, that's a big indicator, like a death candle. I call this a death candle. Just like you look at it like, oh my God, where's my gains? Why is Shiba pumping? My best guess is that we're getting, to be honest, I don't know. I mean, the only thing that I could guess is due to the news outlets. We've been seeing like a couple of big news outlets like BSCN. They have over 1 million followers. They talk positively about the launching of our privacy on Shibarium blockchain, and there was another big outlet as well too. Like this number right here, guys, this is crazy. 900, guys, 900 Bitcoin being produced, and you have the Bitcoin purchased by ETF 11,000. Once this cuts in half, guys, the price of Bitcoin is gonna go stupid, man. Especially if we could continue to keep the same demand. I always gonna say that, supply demand. It is not over yet. Is it too late to invest in Shiba Inu? Um, I don't think it's too late, but I wouldn't chase any green candles. Not financial advice. You can do whatever you want to do, but I, if I'm looking to get into SHIB, I am not buying it on this. The time to buy SHIB is during consolidation. Like consolidation just meaning side to side action, like boring. Whenever you see an asset that's boring, it's not doing much, but the team is still building, that is generally the best time to buy. Or if it starts to have a huge pullback, you want to buy it. I would buy it if I was looking to buy. Again, not financial advice. I would buy it close to a support area. So if we take a look at us, let me take a look at do a quick TA on SHIB. Get my line chart out. And prior resistance is now support. So which was a prior resistance? This top right here. That was a resistance. Now it's going to become support. This right here, this was another top. So I would just, and I'm not going to do like one shot, one kill. So if I'm investing $1,000, I'm not going to put my whole $1,000 because just because this is support, it does not mean it has to hold though. It could fail right through this support or to this support, and this support could very well just be the area, or it could fail from this support, then goes to this support, then have a bounce and continue to go up. So those would be just the areas of interest if I was looking to establish a position into SHIB. It's already made 100% before listing. At $100 bone, I will be a multi-millionaire. Bone here. Hey, that's what's up. Like a lot of you guys that's been on the channel, I'm telling you, I want to see you guys like, especially doing an AMA. Once we get above like $100 and stuff like that, I want to get some of you guys on there. Tell your stories. You could be anonymous. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. Um, that is something that I really want to do, especially for this channel. Just do multiple, because this journey, as far as like being invested into Bone, because some people been in it since the launch, and just I would love to hear you guys' story as far as like your conviction of why you stayed or why you bought. I think it would be something a pretty good documentary as far as for this channel. Say Elon pump Shiba. What did he do? Is Elon behind this? Hey guys, I am 2 likes away from 100 likes, so go ahead and hit that like button if you have not done so. Oops. Did Elon pump Sheep? What did he say? I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing anything about Elon. So when is it too late, in your opinion, to add Bone to your bag? Um, I would say like after a two break, because then you're literally buying at the top of the range. Um, because and this is a good way to be able to gauge whether or not if you're buying at the top. You'll just look at the chart, like how far away from the top are you? So yeah, depending on like how far away you are from the top, that depends like if you're buying at the top. So anybody who's been buying bone like in these areas, like anything, because look, a whole bunch of resistance at the two. You're buying at the 170s once, you're closer to the top. But if you're buying here below and you're buying closer to the bottom, it makes it easier to be able to hold. Because if you bought at 170, now we're at 80 cents. If it has any dips, you're more prone to want to sell. And this is why like FOMOing in tend to play well tend to hurt you when you're investing. Because the people who are buying up here, because I didn't buy anything like when it was past this. Even though I didn't have my full bag, I was like, I'm not gonna chase it. Um, so hopefully that makes sense. Hello, good sir. We remembered you missed our launch of skulls, so we had the Coney airdrop you a little gift. Oh man, much appreciation, man. Guys, let me pull up skulls. And if you don't know, guys, I am very, very bullish on the ERC 404 DN 44 movement because when it comes to just innovation, like that is something that we have not seen before. And normally, if it's something that we have not seen before, it's something new that's coming to the market, and it's already pumping right now too. Woo, nice. Let me take it off the weekly. Put it one day. Change it to candle. This right here, I believe, especially once we start seeing more volume come to Shibarium, as well as the market just start going crazy for ERC 404. This could easily, in my opinion, be well over $100. Not, I'm sorry, $1,000. The main reason why I say that, guys, is due to the supply. The supply of it is 404, 4,004 and four. And if we take a look at, and really it's just volume. Like that's the only thing that Shibarium is lacking right now. And of course, with K9 financing, um, they're gonna help with that once they get everything in place. The liquidity event, once we get more liquidity involved, like a lot of these projects that's on Shibarium, they're gonna go nuts. So let me pull up 404, and here's Myro. I think I already talked about it. I think was it, I forgot what rapper talked about Myro, but they caused this nice little pump on it. Let's go to the 404s because think of 404s as this. Now, NFT marketplace tend to generate a lot of volume. It's like a niche within crypto where people are gonna flock to. That like you have people that just literally just sit there. The only thing that they'll invest in is NFTs, just like sniping NFTs, you know, and just constantly trading them to be able to make a profit. Then you have people who exclusively only trade cryptocurrencies. They do not mess with NFTs. They think NFTs are stupid, whatever it may be. So combine both of them together and also add a small supply to the mix. As long as the team is there and they're building, and I would love to see them skulls get added onto here as well too on Coin Market Cap. So hopefully they submit an application to be added onto this, so that way they could get more eyeballs. But you add the combination of volume, because look at this, guys, only 24 million in volume in the last 24 hours because of 10,000. This is the supply, 10,000 that's only available. The pricing of it is at $25,000 as far as the floor price. Like, things is a lot simpler than what most people would think. Supply and demand. So with Skulls, 4,004 NFT. Right? 4,000, and the pricing of it as far as the current floor of it is $15.73 with $3,000 volume. So add a big liquidity event coming to Shibarium and they get 2 million, 3 million. Not even, that's not even considered huge volume if we're comparing it to the overall market. And once that comes on board, then of course we're gonna see like things just start going crazy. And another example of this, another crypto that's on Shibarium is 69. And I saw this, I didn't get into it, which I regret. But the pricing of it too, currently at $1,400. The supply of it is 68 tokens. Again, supply and demand. Volume that it's doing only 882 in the last 24 hours. Same thing for this project. So if it it get a couple of $1 million flowing into it, then it's gonna go crazy. And this is how I make my my predictions as far as with a lot of these crypto projects that's on Shibarium, because they're gonna eventually do very, very well. But definitely, man, appreciate that for the Skulls. I'm gonna hold. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna hold you to that. You said you would definitely tell your story if it did. So I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm still on the fence about staking my bone. What's your reserve? Is it the returns or how down Shiba will go after this pump? It all depends. Like that part you really can't definitely, give a definite answer. It all depends, because if we continue to keep getting follow through as far as volume coming in, then the pullback in itself may just be short lived and it could continue to keep ripping up. So it depends of how much volume is going to come back. But if volume starts to die down, it should at least retest this area of support. It doesn't have to, but I would assume it would come back to that area. You stake your bone on Shiba Swap for a year with no rewards. That's because the team announced this back in 2022 that they were going to stop the rewards on Shiba Swap. So you probably missed that announcement, but yeah, that's the reason why. Is XRP in a consolidation phase right now? Let's take a look at Ripple. XRP was extremely hard to buy back in the day. Let's take a look. I gotta pull it up on CoinMarketCap. XRP. Well, gotta wait a minute for this turn up. Just another cryptocurrency. Currency says super new tech. I know I'm behind on the tech. I think you probably was talking about the ERC 404. Fly Sheet to the moon. I love how one skull token is equivalent to one NFT. Right. Yeah. Returns. What about Doji? Is that a crypto or is that an NFT? What's the resistance should we be watching for bone to break? $2. $2 resistance. That's the resistance that I would like to see it break, because once it breaks, then we should start to see some nice firework. And a break does not mean just passing the $2 mark, because it could go above $2, then quickly have some sell off. Talking about breaking it, it's you'll see volume coming in, and it stays above 2. I love the fractional aspect of it too. Being able to own half an NFT and bridge NFT volume with DEX volume is great for the chain. 100%. All right, so here we go on XRP. Yeah, you could say definitely it's been in a good consolidation mode, especially for the since what? Yeah, since June of 2022. So that's a nice consolidation on XRP. Because the thing about consolidation, it established a floor. So anytime you have a good floor, and you just got to think about it just logically, um, each consolidation point just represent people buying. So if more likely if it continue to stay in the same spot, people are not really down on their position. They don't have an incentive to be able to sell. So I mean, some people might sell because it's like, oh my god, this is boring. But majority of the people, they're just gonna hold onto it because they're not at a loss or they're not losing big. Um, then also it gives some people who were initially into this asset before time to be able to get out for a loss if they wanted to. So this is why I like consolidation, because once it breaks out of the consolidation on the upward side, then you're gonna start to see like green candles of the asset starting to skip up in price and also in percentage as well. So hopefully that makes sense. Question: if you bought 10K bone at like 70 cents, what would be the profit look like if it gets to $100? It'll be 1 million. $1 million for the profits in itself. It would be less than a million. I mean, you would cash out with 1 million as far as like barring any fees or whatever. Resistance for Doge. The thing that I don't like about Doge, and it's because the supply, because it Doge is constantly getting diluted. So it's gonna come to one. It's gonna eventually come to a point where the volume is not gonna be able to keep up with the amount of Doge that's being poured into the market. Now, as far as like when that's gonna happen, that I don't know, because right now the volume is still sustainable as far as for what's coming into the market, but anything that's inflationary, you could look at the dollar to look at that. Um, Rebasing token. I'm not sure if you guys ever seen a rebasing token, but stuff like that, it tend to want to drive it to zero. So pops as far as like big parabolic moves, if the volume doesn't keep up with the increase of the supply, then the pop of it is not going to be as big as other asset that may be deflationary in nature. So taking a look at let's see if I can pull it up on here. Doge. Oh, yeah, there's Doge right here. No, that's not it. Guess we'll just pull up the Ethereum version. resistance. Yeah, like 15 cents. That would be considered a resistance area. Um, I would even say like every whole and half, like 15 and 20, 25, 30, like they tend to act as resistance area as well too. But just looking at it right now, 15 holds as a resistance area. Because look at this candle right here. Last time people sold, uh, so indicates that they may have some supply or some people in the mix right here that's looking to be able to try to get out for break even or Terra Luna flies. Question about return from staking long. Yeah, the staking aspect of it is not that great. Yeah. Until they start pouring into like the 20 million, for me it's not worth it. That's why I haven't staked my bone yet. But that's gonna be a good question to be able to ask K9 and seeing like as far as with their return. Can someone help me? I'm still learning. Wouldn't that be close to 1 million? Are you talking about the prior example as far as like 10,000? Yeah. If you get 10,000 bone and sell at $100, that'll be $1 million. But the profit wise, because you gotta subtract he was asking about the profit. Because if he invested, that would be what, roughly 7,000 to be able to get 10. My math might be wrong. So you would subtract 1 million from 7,000, and that would be his profit. But would I buy SHIB now? Where's SHIB at? Did it pull back even further? Nope, I would not. I mean, again, this look, I trade. I'm like the scariest trader ever. Like when it comes to risk, because I've been, crypto put me in dark places before. Back in 2018, 2019, 2020, like dark places due to the fact that I was chasing stuff and not knowing how to invest. So when it comes to investing now, I do not buy in green candles. Like if it's green, I am not buying it. That's just me. But some people, your mental capacity could be a lot greater than mine's. And if you feel comfortable, then you could go right ahead. But for me, I just don't have it in me. Somebody said, yes, everyone buy. Hello, should we hold or sell at this moment for sheep? I can't advise you as far as what to do with that. I mean, for me, I haven't sold anything. Like selling any asset for me before Bitcoin halving wouldn't be the smart thing for me. Keep in mind though, like this, it could go down, it could go up. There's so many different scenarios that could happen. But like I said, for me, I'm still holding. What is this? From 7 zeros to 6 zeros. Crypto Chip said holding bones since day one, which is July 6th. Did you good question for you. Did you buy remember when the price of it was somewhere like 80 something bucks? I mean, I get it. At that time, there was really no liquidity that was on the market, but at one point, it was like at Bone was at like 80 bucks. On day one, the price on that day the price of bone reached. Oh, okay, so you did put it reach 85. I bought my first two bone at 33 each just for fun. Now my average price is 35 cents. Jeez, you got in very, very good. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Because the 35 cents mark, he got it like when during more likely during the FTX. That is a great price. I was too scared to pull the trigger then because I was thinking it was gonna go even lower. But yo, that is a heck of a price, bro. What do you think a realistic number for Bone 12 months from now in best case? Um, Realistic, but there all my prediction, it there's an event that has to happen to it. Like I like anytime that I make any guess as far as like realistic price target, there's always a scenario that comes with it. So realistically, if we're able to see a lot of the bone that currently that's in circulation come over to Shibarium, as far as getting like big liquidity event, talking about at least $50 million of pairing, or 50. I'm sorry, $50 million of TVL onto Shibarium, as well as because it all of these stuff have to happen in order for us to see that price. I'm talking about big exchange listings from Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin. I mean, KuCoin not so much, but more likely they are going to list us if Binance and Coinbase do it. Um, but seeing those stuff happen, realistically speaking, $100 for Bone, because those exchanges they're going to generate volume. We're in a bull market, 12 months down the line, so retail getting back into it. So we should see at least over $100 million coming into Bone as far as buys. And on the side of the supply side, with the TVL, there those are considered Bone that's being locked away onto the chain. So leaving us a small portion onto the layer one. And if we start adding, a couple $100 million buys, I'm talking about collectively in a day, day after day, then $100 realistically in 12 months. Because my exit strategy on Bone is time based, and I see this happening, you know, late 2024, which is this year, early 2025. That's my time frame. That's my window of me getting out. So hopefully that makes sense. How how long pump stays usually? It really all depends. Yeah, the taxes they definitely gonna eat us away. He, I guess I'll let that random marks tackle that one when the time is there. Right now, I can't mentally think about the taxes. I guess it's a good problem to have, unfortunately, but I think bone will be $1.50. What time frame you think? In a few weeks? Tomorrow? How much is gonna go? How much is it going from now? What would 100 give me now? What, like $100? 100 bone? Uh, Bone will go to 100. I think so. 150 my target price for bone. I think it definitely could happen, and it's really, guys, like I said, it's only based upon math. Like this happening is just it's a law. as supply decrease and demand increase, it's going to automatically make the asset go up. So this is the consolidation that I was talking about with Pepe. So this line right here represents the breakout area. It popped above it. It's holding. So if we could continue to keep consolidating right here on Pepe, then we could see point and 0.508 at least. You said small insight on the chart of the thing is with skulls, when it comes to the chart, it's still forming its base because it's new. So it still needs more data. But right now, and it's also having a initial breakout too. I'm trying to get this. Because the same thing with skulls. It's right at its breakout area. 16. I thought it was more than that. I thought at one point it was at 20 something. But break past this because since it's new, got to think about like all the people who bought into this. They bought into it. It caused this big run up. So virtually there's nobody up here like past 16 bucks. That's according to this chart. I thought there was another one. I don't know. Let me just make sure. Nah, this is the one with the highest LP, so. Or let's this one on Chewy Swap. Let us see. No, it looks the same. Or maybe I'm wrong. But resistance right here. So from here, we could look at least 100% run up. So 32. I'm talking about just at the very least. So I think I like Jasmine or Jasma. I don't know how to pronounce it, guys, but I like it. I think overall, it's the chart of it is beaten up. So this is almost like some people call it like a bottom bounce play, where when something is extremely beaten up, eventually just have to bounce. And this is not even the true reflection of the chart right here. At one point it was like over $1. Nice. So with Skull, you could stake your Skull Bone LP to Chewy. Guys, this is 4 hours. 4 hour stream. So we got another one tomorrow. But this is the last one I'm looking at, guys, before I log off for the night. So they say AGIX. We're going to look at this real quick as far as like looking at the TA. Nice. Nice breakout. Very nice breakout. So we could see roughly $1.40-ish. I think that's right. Let me get my calculator out. $0.70. Like my brain is like mush right now. Yeah, $1.40. So roughly, yeah, because the breakout area for this was like 67 cents. I just rounded up to like 70 cents. So, but guys, that is it. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub button, guys. Looking to do more of this. We do have a live AMA with K9 Finance tomorrow at 11 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys come out with your questions for them and make it a pretty lively event. So that's all I have for you guys. Random Art signing off. Peace.